You don't need to be weak to be disrespected. All it takes is a small misstep, repeated enough times, and your image collapses. You won't even notice it at first. They'll keep smiling at you. They'll nod when you speak. But in their minds, the hierarchy has already shifted. You are no longer above them. You are beneath them. And the worst part, you help them place you there. Not because you were incompetent, but because you were careless. Respect is not taken all at once. It's bled from you in silence. Power begins in perception, and perception is fragile. If you wish to lead, if you wish to dominate, if you wish to stand above, then you must know how you lose respect, especially in the moments when you think you're gaining it. You must become cold to your own vanity. You must learn to see the cracks before they spread. And if you're wise, you'll understand this. Respect is not earned once. It is earned every moment, every interaction, every time your name is mentioned in your absence. The first way you lose respect is when you speak too much. There is nothing more dangerous to a man's reputation than his own tongue. People do not judge you solely by what you say, but by how much you say it. If you reveal too much, you look weak. If you explain too much, you look desperate. If you try to be understood at all costs, you look like someone who needs approval. And someone who needs approval is easy to control. The wise man does not chase clarity in the eyes of others. He cultivates mystery, for mystery is the throne of respect. Silence cannot be contradicted. What they cannot predict, they fear, and what they fear, they respect. You think you are bonding by oversharing. You think they will like you more if they know more about you. But liking is not respect. What they know about you, they will use. What you confess will become your weakness. The moment you let them inside your mind, they will rearrange it. And even if they don't use it against you, they will no longer see you as strong, because you gave them access. A king does not open the gates of his castle for conversation. He lets others stand outside and wonder. The second way you lose respect is by seeking fairness. The world is not fair, and neither is power. The moment you demand fairness, you confess weakness. You expose your lack of leverage. Those who have power do not speak of fairness. They impose terms. The one who cries foul is the one without options. By appealing to justice, you position yourself as a victim. And there is no one society disrespects more than the voluntary victim. Respect is not given to those who expect others to correct injustice. It is given to those who become immune to it. You must learn to win without needing fairness. You must learn to endure slights without acknowledgement. You must become the one who acts, not the one who complains, because each complaint, each plea for what's right, drains your authority. They begin to see you not as a force, but as a child, one who begs for balance instead of creating it. In this world, if you want to be respected, stop asking, start taking. The third way you lose respect is by being too available. Familiarity is the enemy of admiration. The more often they see you, the more common you become. You think being present builds trust, but it erodes mystery. You think responding instantly shows loyalty, but it signals desperation. When you are always reachable, you send a message. You have nothing more important to do. That is the beginning of your decline. A ruler does not explain, he declares. He acts, and if he chooses to explain, it is only to control the narrative, not to be understood. When you explain, you invite criticism. You allow others to place themselves on your level. And once they feel like equals, they will treat you like one. The more you talk, the more your authority erodes. If you've made a decision, let it stand. If you've taken a position, let it be known. But don't defend it unless it benefits you. Silence is a more powerful reply than 1,000 reasons. People admire certainty. They follow those who walk without asking for directions. They crave leadership that does not flinch. Even if they disagree with you, they will respect your decisiveness more than your logic. In a world full of doubts, those who stand firm become monuments. The sixth way you lose respect is by tolerating disrespect. The moment you allow even the smallest slight to pass without consequence, you permit the first crack in your armor. What they get away with once, they will repeat, and each repetition weakens your image. People watch how you respond to insult. If you do nothing, they assume you are powerless. And respect does not survive in powerlessness. You must respond, not always with noise, but always with weight, It doesn't mean rage. It means retaliation. If they gossip, cut them off. If they lie, expose them. If they mock, silence them. The goal is not to escalate, but to end. And to make it clear, disrespect is a debt, and you always collect. Never laugh off an insult. Never pretend it didn't matter, because when you do, they believe it didn't matter. And slowly, they stop pretending to respect you at all. Respect grows in the shadow of fear. Not fear of violence, but fear of loss. Loss of your presence, your approval, your alliance. Let them know your loyalty is valuable, but not guaranteed. Let them know your silence is not weakness, it's a warning. The seventh way you lose respect is by revealing uncertainty. Every time you speak in half-formed thoughts, every time you hesitate before making a choice, every time you ask others what you should do, you chip away at your image. You may think humility is noble, but to most people, it looks like confusion, and confused leaders are abandoned. You don't need to know everything, but you must never look like you know nothing. People want direction, not discussion. They want assurance, not ambiguity. When you act, act decisively. When you speak, speak with conviction. Even if you are wrong, they will remember your strength more than your mistake. And if you are right but timid, they will forget your victory and remember your hesitation. Confidence is not a trait, it is a weapon. And like any weapon, it must be sharpened. Speak less, act more, and when you act, do it with such force that others do not question you, even when they doubt you. The world does not reward the most correct, it rewards the most certain. The eighth way you lose respect is by chasing people who walk away. When someone withdraws their attention, when they ignore you, when they test your neediness, and you chase them, you lose status instantly. You show that your worth depends on their recognition, and that alone is enough to destroy your image. The moment you chase is the moment you admit dependency. You admit they matter more than your dignity, that you are willing to trade your pride for their presence. Nothing is more repelling. Nothing is more pathetic in the eyes of power. Even if you win them back, you lose something else, your self-respect. And if you lose that, others will soon follow. Walk away faster than they do. Detach quicker than they expect. Make them feel the weight of your silence. Make them question their decision. Your value is not proven by your pursuit. It is proven by your indifference to being pursued. Those who do not need others are always respected by those who need everyone. The greatest mistake men make is thinking that respect is rooted in goodness, that if you are kind, generous, loyal, will hold you in high regard. This is not true. What earns you respect is not your virtue, it is your boundaries. It is the invisible wall around you that others know not to cross. A wall made not of brick, but of consequence. When they test your limits and find no resistance, they learn they can walk through you. They may still smile, they may still call you a friend, but in their mind, you no longer count. You are now part of the background, something to be used, something to be tolerated, not something to be revered. You lose respect when you let people return after disrespecting you without cost. People always test the value of your self-worth by seeing how you respond when they reduce it. If someone lies to you and you forgive them without change, they now know the price of lying to you is zero. If they humiliate you and you continue treating them the same, they realize they have power over you. Your acceptance tells them they are above you. This isn't about being bitter. This is about being respected. You must train the world how to treat you by what you allow. Forgiveness without distance is not noble. It is a signal of low value. True power lies in detachment. You do not have to scream. You do not have to curse. You only have to walk away, quietly, permanently. That act alone will echo in their memory far louder than any argument. When you are not afraid to lose someone, they become afraid to lose you. And that fear is the root of respect. Never beg, never plead, never explain. Your absence is your sword. Learn to wield it. Another way respect slips through your fingers is through inconsistency. One day you are bold, the next day unsure. One moment you stand your ground, the next you retreat. This confuses people, and confused people do not follow. They watch, they wait, they measure your stability. And when they find no rhythm, no spine, no constant, respect collapses. Because respect is not built on peaks of glory. It is built on the dull, unshakable repetition of principle. They must know who you are always. That is how confidence is transferred. Do not try to be everything. Do not shift shape to match the room. Do not adapt so much that you forget who you were before they looked at you. You think they will admire your flexibility. They won't. They will see weakness. They will see fear. They will see a man who hasn't chosen who he is. And if you haven't chosen, someone else will choose for you. Consistency is terrifying to those who are inconsistent. That is why they will test you. That is why they will try to pull you into their chaos. Resist, even if you stand alone. Stand solid. People do not respect what moves with the wind. They respect what stands against it. You also lose respect when you tolerate mediocrity around you. The company you keep speaks louder than the words you say. If you allow incompetence, if you accept laziness, if you surround yourself with those who mock ambition, your image suffers because people assume you agree with what you permit. And over time, they blend your name with the weakness you tolerated. A powerful man cleans his circle with precision. He does not let friendship cloud judgment. He does not allow loyalty to become a leash. He knows that rot spreads silently, and if left unchecked, it infects him too. You must be ruthless with your environment. Cut off the slow thinkers. Push away the small dreamers. Eliminate those who confuse comfort with success. You are not here to carry dead weight. You are here to dominate. And you cannot dominate with anchors tied to your ankles. Your time must be expensive. Your help must be rare. Your yes must be earned. If you give too freely, they will take without gratitude. Not because they are evil, but because that is human nature. You must condition them. You must show them that your support is tied to standards, that you are not a servant, you are an asset. And assets are not owned, they are respected. Do not become the person they only call when they need something. Do not let your name appear in their mind only when they want to benefit. If that happens, you are no longer seen as a force. You are seen as a tool. Withdraw, become less predictable. Let them miss your absence. Let them wonder why you stopped showing up. And in that wondering, they will remember your value. Another subtle way you lose respect is by responding emotionally. Anger, frustration, jealousy, these emotions, when uncontrolled, reveal your internal chaos. And chaos is not respected, control is. When you react too strongly, they learn your buttons. And once they know what triggers you, they can control you. The Machiavellian remains unreadable. His face is a mask. His tone is calculated. His reaction is measured, not because he feels nothing, but because he shows nothing. To lead, to influence, to dominate, you must keep your emotions beneath the surface. Let them guess what you feel. Let them be unsure of where they stand with you. That uncertainty becomes fear, and fear becomes respect. Do not fight in public. Do not argue online. Do not post your wounds for the world to see. Your emotions are your enemy's blueprint. They will use them to disarm you. The more they know about what moves you, the easier it is to move you. Stay mysterious. Stay calm. Stay unreadable. Power belongs to the one who shows less. And never forget this. You lose respect the moment you lower your standards. Whether it's how you dress, how you speak, how you treat yourself, every detail is a message. People are always watching, always judging. You are building your image every second. You do not get to choose when it matters. Every moment matters. Standards are not for display, are for discipline. Do not dress well only when others are watching. Do not work hard only when it counts. Live in excellence. Build a life where every detail reflects control. The way you walk, the way you sit, the way you respond, all of it should send the same signal. This person respects himself. And the one who respects himself commands it from others. Respect begins with the self, not in words, but in rituals. Wake early, speak clearly. Move with purpose, cut off distractions. Carry silence like a weapon. Your life is your campaign. Your routine is your banner. Your name is your crown. Protect it, polish it, and never hand it to someone else. You may think these are small things, that people don't notice, but they do. They notice how long you take to reply. They notice how you carry yourself in a room. They notice whether your eyes wander or stay focused. Every detail matters. In the eyes of the world, perception is reality. And in the world of Machiavelli, perception is power. If you want to rise, if you want to rule, If you want to be someone whose presence shifts the temperature of a room, then you must stop bleeding respect through carelessness. You must seal every crack. You must turn awareness into armor. This is how power is built, not by accident, not by charm, but by ruthless consistency. Now ask yourself, what have you tolerated? What have you ignored? Or have you tried to be liked instead of respected? What parts of yourself have you given away too easily? Where did your tongue move faster than your mind? These are the questions the powerful ask. These are the questions that restore control. There are no second chances in power, only second impressions, and by then it's often too late. Now here's one most never notice: how you use your eyes. When you look away too quickly, when you break eye contact first, when your gaze falls to the ground as someone speaks to you, you may think you're being polite. You're not, you're submitting. And submission does not earn admiration. It earns dismissal. The eyes are the gate to power. Hold them longer than they expect. Not with arrogance, but with stability. Don't stare to intimidate. Look to dominate quietly. Let your stillness speak. Let your calm say, "I don't fear you," because that's what they're testing. Every second you hold eye contact, they read your soul, they look for a crack. And if they find none, you rise. And then there's how you walk. Not just where you walk, but how. If you move fast because you're late, if you shift around nervously, if you fidget or shuffle or hesitate, they don't think you're busy. They think you're uncertain. They think your world pulls you instead of you pulling it. Walk like you own the place, even if you don't. Walk like the world is your strategy board, and you're placing pieces one step at a time. Controlled, measured, intentional. Your walk is a silent statement of what you believe about yourself. Let them watch it. Let them adjust their own rhythm to match yours. Let them feel the weight of a presence that moves with purpose. Now, one of the deepest reasons you lose respect is when your life lacks contrast. You are always one thing, always kind, always agreeable, always pleasant. But people don't respect flatness. They respect complexity. The calm man must have a dangerous side. The kind man must have limits. The silent man must have fire behind the eyes. When they cannot imagine your dark side, they stop fearing you, and without fear, admiration dies. You must be unpredictable. They should never know exactly how you'll respond. Will you forgive? Will you ignore? Will you strike? That uncertainty is not cruelty, it is control. People respect what they can't fully map. If they can predict you, they can manipulate you. If they can't, they prepare before speaking. They measure their words. That is respect. Not love, not approval. Control through ambiguity. Even your kindness must be edged with danger. They should know you are kind because you choose to be, not because you are incapable of anything else. There must be a sword behind your smile, a consequence behind your silence, and they must feel it, even if it never appears. So now you know. It's not grand failures that destroy your respect. It's small patterns repeated in front of the wrong people. It's how you sit, how you pause, how you reply. It's how often you explain yourself, how eagerly you show up, how afraid you are to offend. Respect does not disappear overnight. It evaporates slowly, moment by moment, word by word, until one day you wake up and realize you've become invisible to the very people who once admired you. But this is not where your power ends. It's where it begins, because now you know what to stop. Stop chasing, stop explaining, stop asking, stop softening, become sharp. Become quiet, become untouchable. Withdraw your excess, return to precision. Let every word have weight. Let every movement have purpose. Let your presence mean something again. Build yourself like a legend builds a myth, not by being everywhere, but by being rare, not by being loud, but by being impossible to ignore. Make them wonder what you're thinking. Make them fear losing your trust. Make them regret doubting your strength. Because in this world, only two things move people: desperation and dominance. Never be the one who begs. You are the storm that doesn't speak. You are the standard they measure themselves by. You are the one who says little, but sees everything. The one who moves less, but controls more. You are the one who needs nothing, and therefore owns everything. That is the person they respect. That is who you become. Now go and never lose it again.